Well, Brian Cohen is the founder of Murmuration, also the founder, you and I have talked before about LouFest. We'll get into that in just a minute. It was been, I guess, about 6 years ago that we first talked, so it's good to see you again. But before we talk about that, I think let's establish a couple of things. What is Murmuration, and then how does that play into what you're doing here?
Yeah. Well, murmuration in nature is a flock of starlings that come together and form intricate patterns in the sky. So of many things, they form one. So that was really the driving principle and the kind of purpose of murmuration is, when we look at the four, what we call tent poles, art, music, science, and tech, what happens when those things come together, when they interplay, when they interlap, what new things come out of that, what interesting things result. So we kind of use the murmuration in nature as a model for what we wanted to do on the ground.
And then also let's establish where we are. The Cortex neighborhood, for those of us who've seen it kind of build up, we have a bit of a point of reference, but not everybody knows about Cortex. Can you give us an explanation of kind of what this neighborhood or this district is and why you wanted to be here?
Yeah, it's very interesting. It kind of lives just to the south of Forest Park. And before I had my first conversation with Dennis Lauer, who's the co-founder of the festival, I'd never really breached into the area either. But it's a couple of square blocks of really incredible office space and public space that lives just to the west of IKEA, just to the east of the medical center. So it's kind of tucked in, but once you kind of get inside, you're kind of in the middle of this incredible district that's really well developed, state of the art, and really incredible things that are happening really throughout the entire space.
With a focus on startups, tech, WashU has a presence here. There's some other established companies. Boeing has an office here, but then there's also kind of a groundswell of this entrepreneurial tech spirit here as well. Is that a fair assessment?
It is. You have kind of the big players, the Monsantos and the Squares and so forth. But then you have these, one or two people operations really doing incredible things as well. And in 4240, the CIC space is where these kind of smaller entities exist, but they're doing remarkable kind of cutting edge and really making news with the work that they're doing.